Here is another question on the board for those preparing for their external examination, whether it is UTME, otherwise called JAMB, or SSCE, whether WAEC or NECO. The question says that the feeding mouth tool of a mosquito is it labella, proboscis, mandible, or maxilla? Let me give you a breakdown so you can catch the question and know how to provide solution to the questions. Okay, the problem on the board. The first one is labella. The labella is a part of the mouth of a housefly. The housefly has the ability to feed on solid food substances. Now, how does it do it? This is how it does it. When it lands on a solid food substance like sugar, it places its enlarged labella on the food. There, it releases saliva on the food. The released saliva will then dissolve the food. Then the food will begin to rush into the housefly's mouth by a mechanism called sponging. And sadly, that is how typhoid fever can be transmitted, because as the mosquito places its enlarged labella on the solid food substance that releases saliva, the released saliva contains bacteria, particularly Salmonella typhi, which can actually cause a typhoid fever. Okay, so that is how it feeds. So this one belongs to the housefly. Then the other one is proboscis. Proboscis is found in animals like mosquito, even butterfly. Okay, when the mosquito wants to feed, it injects its proboscis into the skin of its victim. Now, as it injects its proboscis, at the same time it releases saliva into the victim's blood. What does the saliva do? The saliva that is released into the victim's blood is used to prevent blood clotting. You know, when I say blood clotting, I mean the ability of the blood to stop rushing out of the body. So what the mosquito does is that the saliva released will make the blood not to stop rushing. Rather, the blood will be rushing into the mosquito's proboscis and then into the mosquito's body. Sadly, that is how malaria fever is also transmitted, because the released saliva contains plasmodium, which is responsible for the cause of malaria fever. This other one here is mandible. Mandible is the lower jaw, okay, the lower jaw of the mammalian skeleton. For example, this part of the skeleton is the mandible. This is the mandible, while this other one is the maxilla. Okay, so the mandible is the lower jaw, okay, of a complex multicellular animal like man and other mammals. The maxilla is the upper jaw. Okay, so the question says, which the feeding tool or the feeding mouth tool of a mosquito is it labella, proboscis, mandible, or maxilla? Look at the question closely and provide solution to it. Click the follow button, like, share for more.